Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is day 9 of the 21 days of moving towards inner peace. And Marilyn, per your request, I'm going to read out of, we're going to talk about tap on vertigo and the panic around that. So this is the healing questions guide that I'll use. And I'm just going to read out of here what it says about vertigo. So they put questions there. And you just see if any or all of them or some apply. Hey, Fiona, great to see you back here. So this is vertigo from the Healing Questions Guide. What will it take to let go of the old systems and ways of doing things and embrace new approaches to how life can work? What will it take to bring my mind into focus and release the outside pressures? What am I not willing to see, know, or admit? What demand is life throwing at me that I am feeling threatened by? What will it take to tackle it? What value have I placed in believing I cannot have joy? What will it take to trust myself to make the right decisions or commit and follow through with the outcome with confidence? So here's the affirmation, but I'm gonna read it the way they have it, and I'm gonna read it the way I would say it. I can do this. I am capable, wise, and focused. I command my body and mind to come into order within me and pay attention to the instructions I receive. So I would say, what if I can start to believe I can do this? What if I can start to believe I am capable, wise, and what if I could become focused? Thanks for this new series. I'm really finding it useful. I'm so glad, Fiona. I always hope happy people find it useful. That's what it's there for. That's great. What if, in the whole command my body, I struggle with that because I think if we turn it over and go, what if I could surrender my body to God, the divine, the universe, the wiser part of myself? What if then the information I need can come to me? Because in our culture, I think commanding in our culture has gotten really mixed up, because it's like, make it happen. It's up to you. If it's going to be, you make it happen. So I would personally shy away from that. And I would say, well, what if I could allow guidance and direction to come to me on how to take care of myself? As I've gone through my own health stuff, what I'll notice for myself is I'll get these impulses that come, and they're often like first thing in the morning, or I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and literally it'll be like as an example, like eliminate that from your diet. It just comes out of nowhere. And I literally look at that as guidance that's coming to me. So I would say pay attention to that stuff, Marilyn, but I'm going to go back to this again. So the thing that stands out for me with this, and I have no idea what your circumstance is, so you'll know what lands, is what will it take to let go of the old system and ways of doing things and embrace new approaches on how life works? So we live in a patriarchal culture. And I do think that is starting to change. I think that's part of everything that's going on in the world right now. It's been in a patriarchy for a very long time. It's really not inclusive of women in so many ways, and it's not inclusive of many cultures. And I think that system is shaking and coming on, coming to an end in its own way. So I think, what's it like living in that culture for you? What are systems that are in place that don't work for you? I think of that in my own upbringing with Catholicism and the punitive Catholicism that I grew up with. That system, and I realize all the damage that system can do and did for me personally. Like I said, my really good friend here grew up in that. Has a very different experience than I did, so it's different for everybody. She had I seem to have the punitive, punishing nuns and priests and stuff like that. So, but what about the system that you live in now is not working for you? Are you trying to fit yourself into a system that doesn't work? And the whole outside pressures. So what kind of outside pressures might you be under right now that are just causing you, if it's family, if it's, I can share a story here. I was with a family member a while ago, and it was really interesting how my body responded to it. My lower back started to ache and kind of went out on me right after this incident happened. And I'm like, whoa, my body is like so sensitive to stuff like that. And to see the after effects of that. And I would say if you're someone that's kind of sensitive to that stuff, just pay attention to that, because the body never lies. The body keeps the score. The body helps us. And those are the two that really stand out for me. So and the fact that you panic, which I can totally understand. I remember one time being so dizzy. I was literally like, I have a really good friend who is dizzy a lot. And I thought, oh my God, that would be crazy to have to deal with this all the time. So let's tap, karate chop. Even though I get this vertigo, I'm going to tell you what's coming. So you said it comes out of nowhere and surprises you. So you go into panic. So what in your life has or comes at you out of nowhere? Is it a person? Is it a circumstance? Is there someone that comes out of nowhere and just boom, shocks you? So look for that, like who, it can be in your past. It can be, hey, Amitsa. Really, I always love seeing your posts on Facebook. Who in your past has come at you out of nowhere and shocked you? And that's, it's like you're being whiplashed. Of course you're in anticipatory stress of what's going to happen next. So does someone come to mind? Does a circumstance come to mind where it comes out of nowhere and sort of attacks you, and then you're like left incapacitated? Because dealing with vertigo is going to leave you incapacitated. So you want to think about, where does that match up in my life? So that just came to me when we started tapping. So karate chop. Even though this vertigo, it comes out of nowhere, it attacks me. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way now. Even though I start to panic, if I'm even sensing symptoms that lead to vertigo. So I have anticipatory stress. When is this going to attack me again? So my nervous system is always in overdrive. Even though this vertigo comes out of nowhere, it attacks me when I least expect it. No wonder I deal with this. I choose to acknowledge my truth right now. So again, where in your life do you feel like an attack can come out of nowhere? And call that to mind while we tap. It comes out of nowhere. It attacks me out of nowhere. They attack me out of nowhere. And it's such a shock to my nervous system. And it doesn't matter how many times it happens. Even with the same person or the same circumstances, it's still a shock. It still surprises me out of nowhere. And then my nervous system goes into overdrive even more. So my body can never truly relax. Never truly restore. So what if I can do this in my mind? Where have I felt attacked out of nowhere? Who or what comes after me and incapacitates me out of nowhere? And what if, as I tap through all my feelings about that, all the anticipatory stress, because my nervous system lies in wait, never really resting. It's on high alert all the time. When's it going to happen again? When are they going to do it again? And I'm going with what's coming. And what if I've lived a lifetime this way? Starting in childhood. Just when I thought I could relax, bam, it comes at me again. They came at me again. And what if, by tapping through these experiences, I start to release the energy that's been stored in my body for decades, that's built up to this place that causes vertigo. I like that idea a lot. That I could start to release this from my nervous system. And I like the idea that I can overcome this vertigo by looking into where I felt attacked out of nowhere. And as I attend to that, I calm my nervous system and I can start to heal. So take a breath. Mitza, you wrote, I'm tapping on abandoned, alone, unworthy with this script, and I feel it, appreciate it. Oh, I'm so glad, Mitza. That's so awesome. You can insert anything in here. That's great. You're doing that. And I had this happen the other day. I had this memory come up, was meant to come up when I was a kid, because I've been tapping every day and tapping through some stuff, and all of a sudden I remember as a kid, a really young girl, it was very weird. There were perpetrators in my home that were my family members that were like, they would come after me, and then I would go into this like ball of shame, and then the same people would be like, try to pull me out of it. It was that you talk about a yo-yo or being whiplash. So the same person that was sort of projecting and spewing what was going on with them onto me, and then I would take it on, and then all of a sudden they'd come back to me and be like, we got to snap you out of this. So you think about that push-pull, that whiplash, that this and that. So think about people like that in your life and it'll come up for you. So great topic. Amitza, great to see you here. Diane and Fiona, happy to have you here with me live, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's it for now. Bye-bye.